Hey y'all, let's talk about what we've been seeing a lot on YouTube with a lot of YouTubers wanting to sell off all the luxury handbags and items. Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, I'm Nikki Olukoya. If you are new here, welcome. I talk about all things luxury here, especially handbags. But in today's video, I want to have a little bit of a purse chat and I want to talk really about what we've been seeing a lot on YouTube with a lot of influencers and YouTubers who have been in the game for a while now wanting to sell off all their luxury items or choose not have any luxury that has any kind of logos. And if you've been here before, hey sis, welcome back. Okay, so I have to hold on to this microphone because this is like my second time trying to get this video out because this microphone kept like flipping over and opening up my shirt. So yeah, I'm holding it and I don't want anyone to come for me in the comments about why am I holding my microphone. I've already told you. Okay, and also I want to say too, for all the negative people who like to watch my videos and leave comments, my channel this may not be for you. If you find that luxury or buying luxury is a complete waste of time and money, that's no problem. Just do us all a favor and just scroll away from my video. But my video is for people who are like me or choose to talk about these things and they find interest in it. And so my video is for them. So hey, sis. A lot of YouTubers who've been in the game for a long time who are now trying to go ahead and no longer get items anymore that show a logo. Of course, we all know what quiet luxury, and if you've been in this space, you know, it's more like if you know type of thing. And of course, there are also some YouTubers who are just out there just wanting to sell off all the luxury items because they've had like a revelation that luxury is a waste of time and money. I don't know why I even got involved, right? And so there's people who are like that too. And I know that this content really isn't new, but I wanted to put this video out there because I recently watched a video of once again Lydia Millen, and I'm not meaning to pick on her. I just I just find it very fascinating when people who have built their platform or they've built their brand about these items and it being a part of their life and their lifestyle. And then they have like this, I guess, this awakening, and then they want to release everything and sell everything. And it's almost like, so should the rest of us start feeling bad or start feeling some type of way because we choose to buy into luxury? Right. And so I want to have a chat down in the comment box about your opinions about certain things like buying in luxury and wanting to fade yourself out of it. I know that the times economically are different for many reasons, but I just think that those who are in this luxury space, whether you're new or young, or you've been in this for a long time, you're an old head or you're an oldie in this game, I just want to chat in the comments about this because I recently saw Lydia Million's, I might be saying her name all wrong. I recently saw her video about how she was now addressing her engagement ring. And she expressed that, yes, it was fake. And that's why she never discussed it on her platform. And now she was choosing to discuss her ring because she went now and bought a lab grown diamond. She still has her first engagement ring on another hand or finger or whatever like that. But she wanted to finally come clean. And in part of what she said was she realized that for 2 years she'd been wearing this fake ring and no one even knew. People were still gasping over it. They were still loving it, telling her how beautiful it was. And it made her realize, well, if no one else knows that it's fake, if no one else knows that it's not the real deal, then why am I going to go out now and spend six figures on a ring? And I commented on there too, if you go back and watch your video, because to me it's like this. You know it's not real. You know that for yourself, right? But to me, that's all that matters. If no one else knows, then fine, but you know it's not real. So if that doesn't bother you, that's what matters. It shouldn't matter what other people see of it, what they think of it. You got it because you liked it. You bought it for yourself. It's what you chose to do with your own money. And there's completely nothing wrong with that. And to me, the same concept can be applied for those who don't buy authentic handbags. The only person who's going to know that it's not real is probably you. Because those in a luxury space, we're not looking for people to be touching their bag and sniffing their bag and trying to authenticate your item while we're looking at it from afar. Like, we don't do that. You know, if you know what it is, then you know what it is. It's not up to me to now play detective, or any of us to play detective to figure whether it's real or not and then pass judgment, because the reality is, who cares? Who cares? I think that if what you bought you like, it makes you happy, fine. You like it, we love it. That's my philosophy. And I'm not here to bestow what I am thinking and feeling onto anyone else. I'm just sharing the way I feel about these type of videos. Because honestly, I'm always like, I don't know what everyone is so worried about. If you decided to wear this ring for 2 years and no one bothered you about it, not even thought twice about it, then great. But let's say someone did spot it to be fake, then how would it have changed your outlook on the ring then? Then it just shows that all you really care about is the outward perception, the social invisible validation, what people may think or how they feel about you when they see it on you. And you don't even have to be an influencer or a YouTuber out in this space to have those kind of feelings. This can come from just when you're just out in your own social circles, your own social scene. And, we all carry, things about ourselves when we go out, whether we have social anxieties or we have awkwardness or we have whatever it may be when you go out into a social space or a social setting. But I know that we all strive to go out into the world and be our best selves, our most confident selves. I know we all aim for that, right? And so that's, I think, the older I get, the more mature I am, is when I start to realize how little society's opinions matter, how little we should be worried about how other people see us. Because I've learned that you literally cannot live for no one else but yourself. If you spent your whole time trying to impress other people, we're going to be in trouble. And so what I took away from her video moving forward is society pressures, um, feeling like you're obligated or feeling like you're choosing to be in a certain circle or society and feeling like you're trying to keep up. We all heard of keeping up with the Joneses, right? And going broke trying to do so. That's not anyone, we shouldn't all be striving for that, right? We really shouldn't. And so what is leading me to believe is society norms and trying to fit in where we don't fit in, or the idea of belonging versus fitting in. And if you have to do certain things to act like you're of a certain caliber or you're of a certain group or you're in a certain pedigree, heritage, family, whatnot, what have you, I really feel like that's very exhausting. In my opinion, this can be taken however you choose to, is just be happy to live for yourself and buy things and choose things that make you happy, and that we shouldn't strive to buy things to create a persona about ourselves that does not exist. I hope that makes sense. I've learned in my journey in luxury, like I always say before, because I know I touched on this topic before, but I am a young channel. I am new to the luxury space here on YouTube, and I do a little bit on Instagram and Pinterest. Speaking of which, go ahead and check out my Instagram, check out my TikTok, check out my Pinterest. Okay, I got into luxury, I want to say very early, because I've always had a love for handbags. I have always had a love for handbags, and it has to go back to when I was little and my mom would buy me these little handbags when I was young, and I used to love it. And the more I grew up and as I got mature, like let's say back in high school, I was infatuated with Coach and Dooney and Burke. You couldn't tell me that wasn't the best bag on the planet. I loved everything Coach and Dooney and Burke when I was in high school, and it even led into college as well. In college, I started to learn about the bigger brands, and it was then that I learned about Louis Vuitton and how much I wanted to get a Louis Vuitton bag. And I remember trying to piece and scrap money together to buy Louis Vuitton on eBay at the time, and I think it got brought back into Louis Vuitton. Is that denim line? I'll post a picture of the bag here. But I remember being so excited to have put so much money together to get it on eBay. I don't remember how much I paid for, but I know it was a lot for a college student. But I was very happy. It was like a Louis Vuitton bag, and I literally took it everywhere. So I always knew I had this growing love for luxury. And even when I was in dental school, I was always still trying to get something that was always within my financial reach, right? So I was buying Burberry and I was buying Tory Burch and I was buying all these things that I could afford because at the time, that's just where my financials were, right? So as I grew up and as I moved on and, as I started to get more financial security, now I felt more open to other brands such as Prada, Fendi, Gucci, Dior. And I said, okay, now I can get these things. There's a time when I really couldn't. And, to me, it's just stages, it's just phases. And I never did any of it trying to impress someone, trying to act like, oh, well, this is where I'm supposed to be. If I buy this bag means this. People will now perceive me as that. I literally only buy things that I like. Literally only buy things that I like. And even now, at my big age, people may still find Gucci to be very entry level luxury, right? But I don't care. I still will buy Gucci. I will buy Gucci probably to whenever I stop. But until then, that's one of the fashion houses that I really like, right? I find them, they're the most creative. They have a lot of color, textures, better tapestry. I really like Gucci, right? Just for all those things. And I really don't care if someone sees it as entry level or immature or is not that because it doesn't bother me. If I like it, I spend my money on it. I can't shop thinking, well, what do people think if I had this? I think we have to, I say all that to say, we have to let go of those things. I think people who want to do away with their luxury items and their logos because they march to a beat that says, this is the it thing. This is the trendy thing. This is what you should be buying right now. This is what it is. And they don't even know anymore what they like. They don't even know anymore what even motivated them to buy something in the first place. They don't even know what their likes are, what their nuances is. So the things that they may find fussy in an item, they don't even care anymore because what's more important is buying the it bag, buying the bag that's the trend right now, getting into all of that, and I really find that people who buy into that are, in my opinion, tend to be the ones who want to get out of luxury because they spent their whole luxury spending for other people and not for themselves. And so it's just a point of, it's just a point to make that you have to start having mindful shopping and knowing that you're buying things for yourself. If you're only buying things because it's trendy, you're going to look up and maybe in the next few years and be like, why did I buy that? I don't even like it. And then you sell, right? But at least you had it from when it was in. And I think it becomes like almost like a mental struggle or like this back and forth where, you're trying to negotiate with yourself certain things and certain buys and all of that. And I really feel like there's literally no need for that. None at all. Just buy what you like. If you went through the Chanel runway and you saw some pieces that you like, buy those pieces. But don't buy the pieces because you saw on YouTube 10 people who bought the same bag and they're all talking about it. And now you're going to run and jump on it too. Do you like the bag? Because if the answer is no, then leave it alone. Like for example, this Louis Vuitton Murakami line stuff, it's cute to look at. I see it everywhere. Everyone's doing an unboxing about it and I live for an unboxing. So I'm going to watch it. But I know that it's just not for me. I'm not turned on by anything Murakami. And so it's just fun to watch, but I don't plan on getting anything from the line. And I've seen some pieces and people talk about different parts of it, but there's no influence there. I don't have any. To me, that bag has to be so difficult to style. I don't even know where to begin. You have to just buy what caters to you and your wardrobe and your taste and what your likes are. And then you shop from there. And my whole thing about buying the trends and using YouTube as a compass to your shopping, the way I use YouTube, like I said before, because I am new into the space, the way I use YouTube is almost like a review, like a Google review. Let's say I want to buy a shoe. I saw it, I saw the ad or I saw a picture and I want to know, man, I love this shoe, but does this shoe run small? Does this shoe run big? Is it going to be tight in certain parts? Does it pinch anywhere? Because I'm at an age now where I am no longer buying shoes that are unnecessarily uncomfortable. I'm not going to spend any more money on shoes like that because if I can't wear the shoe for more than an hour or two, then it was a waste of a buy. Is what I've learned about myself. Like that's come with time and age. And, people post their shoe unboxings. It's great. I just posted one recently, but I love the shoe. And I just learned that there's certain heights, there's certain, I love I love a red bottom. Don't get me wrong. I love me a Louboutin shoe. I do. But those shoes are so uncomfortable. It's like I love it, but I may have to admire it from afar because I cannot have my toes bleeding in my shoe because I'm trying so hard to be cute and I can't even walk from this end to the room to the other end of the room. I get it. There's some shoes that are like a sit down shoe. You walk somewhere, you sit down. It might be that kind of shoe. But I've learned that I like to, be able to feel comfortable, move around. And it just does not happen with a Louboutin shoe sometimes. So it's just things that we live and we learn. So I use YouTube like, hey, I really am interested in getting this shoe. What is it like? Hey, I saw this dress. I wonder whether it runs big or runs small. Is there a stretch? No stretch. Because I'm someone who does like a lot of online shopping. I don't go a lot to boutique to try on things and see things in real life. So yeah, I use YouTube as I already found something that I like I think is for me. I want to see certain things in a video to help me make a purchase. But it's not strictly for the influence of, oh, someone's carrying this bag. Now I have to get this bag too. It's not like that. Like I know that Chanel 25 bag is like the big bag right now. And it's a nice bag. It's not a bad bag, but I don't know whether it's a bag for me. And so that's it. And because of that, I'm not going to buy the bag. And some things can be a little bit like, I guess I say all that to say without so much rambling is you have to buy what's for you, especially if it comes with a high dollar amount. You want to be sure that it's something that you like and is for you. Okay, and before I close out this video, I definitely want to talk about two items that I know I've bought that I've seen a lot of content on about people having their own opinion about certain things, right? And how I went about making still my own choice and my own purchase. Like, you have already seen some eye candy on this side. Don't worry, there is a video coming of this handbag that it has all the details. It has all the deets. But I have these two bags on display here because I wanted to chat a little bit about my experience and what it was like for me to acquire these bags. This is the Hermes Birkin 25 in Swift leather. Let's talk about Swift leather. And when I was, I'm still in my Hermes fog. It is not over. And while I'm in my Hermes fog and I'm going through YouTube and I'm watching things on either Pinterest or Instagram or TikTok, and there's so much negativity around Swift leather. Negativity in a sense that it is not a desirable leather. It doesn't hold its shape. It has a low resale value, which all of it could very well be true. But I saw those videos. I thought it was great. I thought it was very informative. And with that, I still made my own decision to make a purchase. And I still bought it anyway. And I know that Swift, compared to a Togo, an Epsom, those leathers are really more desirable. They're more popular and they have a higher resale value, especially if they're combined with the neutral. And so that was okay with me. I don't really plan on selling my Hermes bags. And so I said, well, I don't really care too much about the resale value. I know that it doesn't even matter. In all, Hermes handbags carry value. That's the way I feel about it. And I think that we should speak more highly about Swift because Swift leather is amazing. I love this handbag. If you don't see any content on this YouTube today about Swift or Hermes, you hear it from me. Swift leather is your girl. She's my girl. And if you're on the fence and you weren't sure, I'm here to tell you I have nothing negative to say about my handbag. I love it. I've been carrying this handbag a lot. It's just, oh, it's so cute. I got a little baby. I have all the little boo-boos. I love all of it. I love bag charms. And bag charms right now have been really trendy, but I actually like bag charms, and so getting these charms, they're high and low charms. Of course, this is a Fendi baguette. I got these from Amazon. I have an Hermes Twilly. And then I got this little boo-boo from Five Below. And, so handbags should be fun. Your purchases should be fun. When you buy an item, it should make you excited. It should take your breath away. You shouldn't buy an item and be like, oh, yes, now I have what everybody else has. That's not how you want to make your buys. That's not what you want to be doing, really, right? You want to make sure that you're buying for yourself. And I don't know whether because I'm just getting older and I've been buying luxury for so long that I just learned that the buy needs to be special for you. The handbag needs to be good for you. And if it's in your own experience that something has happened you wish to share, no problem. But I don't think our platform should be telling people what to buy. Another handbag that I have here that I want to talk about is my Hermes Birkin in the size 30 Epsom leather. Now, a couple of things about this bag that I have been in my Hermes vlog and on this platform, and I've heard so many things about Hermes colors, Epsom leather, and so on and so forth, right? So my thing about Epsom leather is this. It is sturdy, it's structured, it's very similar to the Prada Saffiano leather. Love it. But I did watch a video where someone said that Epsom is difficult to spot. And I said, okay, well, that's good to know. And since watching it, I know that I thought I saw like two little scratches somewhere. It was somewhere down in here. I don't know whether it may not still be like that, but it made me so scared when I saw that. I said, oh, I think because I'm wearing the bag so much, maybe it's time to put this bag to sleep and pick up another bag. But it is true. People say that Epsom leather is scratch resistant. It is not. Epsom leather can still scratch. And when it scratches, it shows a white line. Like I'm trying to tell you, I thought I saw a white line somewhere on the bag and it made me really worried. It was somewhere. And this bag is over 10 years old. And so I'm thinking, well, I don't want it to not come in my possession. Now I'm the one that bangs it up really bad. So yeah, another thing about Hermes that people don't talk much about are the colors. People always encourage you to, get a neutral because Hermes and their colors don't resell very well, blah, blah, blah. If you love an Hermes orange, blue, red, yellow, lime, get it. Because at the end of the day, you're still buying what you want. I wanted a blue bag. I have a lot of blue in my wardrobe, and I use blue a lot as an accent. Even in my home, I have accents of blue. So it's a color that works for me, and I already know that, right? So when I went and got a blue bag, it was not like, oh, I bought it for whatever reason. It's because I know that blue works for me. And I just love it. I love Epsom leather. I really do. I love having a structural bag that holds its shape. I've had it now a few months and it's just amazing. And since I've opened up myself to Palladium hardware, I think that this color combo is perfect. And I just feel like if you want to get an Hermes bag in a color, just get the Hermes bag in the color. If you do want to buy it for the intent to resell, you're still going to get something back. Hermes in general does hold value. Will you have an over huge profit for the sale? Maybe, maybe not. But it shouldn't dictate whether you buy the bag or not. Also, people talk about the size 30 being this huge bag that's overly heavy. It's not. I honestly feel like the size 30 is not that big. It's definitely a great in between the 35 and the 25. I think the 30 is excellent. It's a great everyday bag. It's a great work bag. And I just really feel like if you want this, whatever color you choose, don't be afraid of the size 30 because to me, nothing to be afraid of. The size 30 is a really good size. And if you are a mom or you go to work, whatever, what have you, this will carry all your mom essentials. I don't have any babies anymore. My kids are like now 5 and up, but I still keep things in there for them and things in there for me. And it's just so easy to grab and go. If you're going to work, you carry like a little, I carry my iPad. You can put all that in here. I won't get into all those details. Check out my shorts or check out my other videos where I do a what's in my bag so you can see what all can fit in here. But honestly, these two bags, yeah, there is a difference in size, but please do your own research. Learn what works for you, understand your personal style, or get to learn your personal style and see what works in your wardrobe. Because these bags are expensive and you want to be sure that you're buying exactly what you want and exactly what you like, especially if you're buying from the resale market where you're going to actually choose the handbag that you want rather than doing the Hermes journey and being offered a bag that you're not sure whether it's a bag that you even asked for. So, that's my opinion. And if someone was to ask me today about my opinion on any of my Hermes bags, that's where I come from with it. You know, there's a lot of content out there saying so many things about Hermes. And I always just take it as, okay, great, good food for thought. I'll think about them. Then from there, I'll just make my own decision. And I think that's how we should be shopping. I think those of us who've been shopping in luxury for a long time, I think a word of advice to those who are still figuring things out or still shopping, trying to do certain things. I think try to do some mindful shopping, do some mindful spending. Take time, don't be impulsive. Really research, take your time in buying a handbag because before I bought any of mine, I did take my time. I researched it, I looked it up, and I did everything. And I go ahead and unbox and start using my items right away because now the next step is, does it work for me? Is it functional for me? I love the aesthetics, but does it work for me? Is it a bag for me? And so that's what I started doing too. So let's all just chat down below in the comments. Let's figure out what's going on with these YouTubers and influencers who are selling off everything. And what's your opinion about stuff like that? You know, this is mine. This is what I chose to share. And I know that it's not a new thing going on, but her video, she did just post that recently. And so, yeah, let's go in and let's talk about that. And once again, thank you all for watching my video. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.